I have to remake this because they screwed the sound up. This is a show called Quantum Leap. It's very Kabbalistic. Came out in 1993, I guess. Something like that. Notice it's called Episode 1 Genesis. Which would be interesting because that's where in the Garden of Eden everything went wrong. This guy right here, this doctor, jumped through time basically. Okay? But he doesn't know how he wound up where he's at. And he can't remember his name. So follow along and I'll show you some things in here that I've talked about before, but not having seen this prior to it. So what do we see here? Bell. And he has no memory of how he got there. Biblically, that's true. We have no memory how we got here.
Pretty simple, huh? Can't you just fade in or something?
This guy here is a hologram back from his own time that keeps popping in and out trying to help him.
You tell me how to fade in agitated carbon quarks and I'll make the scientific journal. Just don't sneak up on me. You still don't remember our project? Bad enough I have to give Dick and Jane explanations to the president. I've got to give you one too. All right. One end of this string represents your birth. The other end, your death. You tie the ends together, and your life is a loop. Ball the loop, and the days of your life touch each other out of sequence. Therefore, leaping from one point in the string to another
will move you backward or forward within your own lifetime.
Which is our project, Quantum Leap.
I can't remember.
You see, it's X. We know that X is the unknown, but it also represents time. And so that's X2 would be time squared.
Al, I wish you would stop doing that.
What?
Walking through things.
You want me to walk around something that isn't even here? All right, I'll walk around it. There, how's that?
Why? Why isn't it here?
I'm a hologram to you, right? Well, you and everything around you is a hologram to me.
You're in the imaging chamber.
The imaging chamber, which is a mirror.
You remember?
Vaguely, a cavern somewhere.
New Mexico.
What year is it there?
You'll find that out. If we get you back.
If.
Well, see, Ziggy's theory is really, it's a
Now notice he uses the name Ziggy. It'll be important here.
load of crap. I mean, you gotta believe that God or time or something was just waiting for your quantum leap.
So notice he equates God and time. Well, we all know who that is.
To correct a mistake.
Yeah, there's more being said there, but I'll get to that in the next video.
A mistake in time?
Something that happened in the life of Captain Tom Stratton in '56, since he's the one you bounced out. Once that's put right, you'll snap back like a pimp suspenders.
Once what's put right?
Tom Stratton was killed trying to break Mach 3 in the X2. If Ziggy's right, all you have to do is break Mach 3 and live.
Hey, no way.
Hey, pal, it's not my
There's
theory.
got to be another way.
Now, here's where he said, there's got to be another way. Now, remember what I told you about the Jews, why they're trying to get into the Middle East? Why they want to be right there when that explosion goes off? Listen.
The next one's only got a 52% chance of work.
I'll take it.
It requires you to be at ground zero during an atomic detonation.
The reason is because as your soul, when you do bad things, the karma or the chains that bind you, they weigh you down so you can't escape mass or density. Therefore, you're not enlightened. By being at the point of a nuclear blast, those chains get released at point zero and you just fly up. It's basically cheating. So this is very interesting that I came to that conclusion, and here they had already used it in here back in '93.
You asked.
Well, what else have you got?
This isn't a shopping list, you know.
Now here he's giving him a clue.
The odds drop into the low teens after that. Your best shot is freezing the brain until all electrical activity has ceased.
That's called death.
Because in reality, that's the only way to get back. It says biblically, when a man dies, he's released from sin, which is time. It's a sine wave.
I never said it would be easy. Hey, slow down, will you? I'm fighting a hangover. All right, you want a sure thing? I got it for you. You don't do anything. You just live. Barring accidental death or a fatal disease, you'll be back in 40 years. That's your safest option.
40 years, that's synonymous with the desert, and the Jews lost for 40 years.
Tom Stratton.
Well, he'll go on living forward from where he's at now. Technically, he could end up the oldest man alive.
Well, what about Peg and Mikey? I don't want to hurt them, but I can't go on pretending I'm Tom.
Hey, they were going to lose him on Monday anyway. Of course, if you bust Mark 3 and survive, they could have him around for another 30 or 40 years.
I can't fly.
I'll be your co-pilot.
You're a hologram.
I'm also an ex-astronaut.
So let's move forward. Up to here.
Come on. I want to watch the game.
Will you follow me?
Yeah, and I'm up after Matt.
Yeah. Right.
Nobody can see him except the one guy can see him. Nobody else can see the guy with the silver jacket on.
Something wrong, boss?
No, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna, you know.
Make it snappy.
Ah! Next son of a gun is playing the first pitch. I'm gonna find 50 bucks.
How'd you get her so fast? It's been a week since you quantum leap.
A week? A couple of minutes ago, I was in the hospital with Peg.
Well, you've been bouncing around in time, sir.
So he's telling him he's bouncing around in time. And what do we have right here? Here's the cube.
It may have seemed like a couple of minutes to you, but we've been popping champagne for 6 days. Oh, it was a hell of a party, too. Gucci, he got so wasted that he had Ziggy printing X-rated pictures.
There's that name Ziggy again. Printing X-rated pictures.
And you know Brenda, the cute little redhead in coding?
Brenda, the cute little redhead in coding.
She got so turned on.
No, I don't know, Brenda. I don't remember Brenda. I certainly don't care how turned on she got. I'm in a real identity crisis here, Al. I mean, one minute I'm Tom Stratton, and the next I'm a ball player named Fox.
Ken Fox, 32-year-old third baseman for the Waco Bombers. According to Ziggy, you hit .415 in '63 and got called up to Chicago, where you broke your leg sliding into second and got sent back down to recover. That was 5 years ago.
That's what he thinks he looks like.
Oh boy.
Hey, come on, Sam. We're missing the game.
The hell with the game.
It's your last one in organized ball. In a couple of minutes, you're going to fly out to center. The Bombers going to finish another season in the Stellar, and you're going to hang up your spikes.
Then what?
Well, you're going to open up a Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise. You'll marry a girl named Sue and have 2 kids. Of course, you don't have to be around for all of that. As soon as we can figure out what needs to be put right, you'll leap out of here.
Like fly the X2 to Mach 3 and live.
Hey, Ziggy blew it.
There's that name again, Ziggy.
He didn't research it enough. Originally, Tom Stratton not only died, but his wife went into premature labor, and the baby was stillborn.
And now?
Tom's alive. Peg gave birth to a healthy baby girl, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Funny thing, they happen to name her Samantha. Seems like someone wanted both Tom and Samantha to survive.
Yeah.
Come on, Jackson's up. He's gonna hit a homer with one arm.
You're a vampire.
What? Neurological holograms don't reflect, Sam. Obviously, when it comes to quantum physics, you're still a mental slug. But we can talk about this later. Come on, I hate to miss the game.
You already know how it's going to end.
I knew how it was going to end when I took Brenda into the filing room. I still took her.
Why didn't I leap all the way?
12 years in a blink isn't bad, pal. A couple more of those, you'll be back home.
If I leap forward again.
12 years in a blink. So that's the I, and that's your 3.
What if I leap back?
That was always possible.
In other words, I could be bouncing around in time forever.
Nobody lives forever.
What does Ziggy say I have to put right to leap this time?
He isn't saying.
What?
He's depressed.
He's a computer.
He's got a big ego. I think he knows what you have to do. He's just afraid to print it out in case he's wrong.
Who created this Ziggy?
Who created Ziggy? This is a very key part.
You. Quantum Leap is your project, Sam. You're the genius behind it. At least you were before your brain got magnifoozled.
And that's the part that we can't remember.
No, see. I'm a medical doctor. I found that much out.
You hold 6 doctorates, Sam. Medicine is just one of them. Your special gift was quantum physics. Time magazine even called you the next Einstein. The truth is, if there's one guy who could figure out how to bring you back, it's you.
But that's referring to everybody on this planet. See, it's people don't understand how to relate to this stuff.
I can't even remember my name.
And therein lies the problem. We don't know who we are. But I will tell you who Ziggy is, because it's very important. Stand by. If you pay attention, I showed you this from a long time ago. What does it say? It says, I am. And what do we see right there? The zag, aka Ziggy. God, time, space, Ziggy, whatever. It's this. So that's Ziggy. So basically, well, what's being said here in reality is, well, I'll explain that in the next video. But you understand what's going on here? All of these people in this show that you think that he's mimicking them are him. He's not bouncing them out. He's gone. That is him. In Groundhog Day, where you see every morning he woke up at the same time, you assumed it was from one day to the next, but in reality that was a whole lifetime. And the next time he came in, he started all over again exactly at the point that he fucking left. The same thing all over again until he changed. So very interesting. Ziggy is a computer. Ziggy was created by this guy. If you want to try and break it, the other option was to be at the blast point at ground zero. That's really interesting because I said that's what the Jews are doing in the Middle East. A whole bunch of stuff I showed you. One last picture I want to show you. Well, the picture I need is on another computer, so it doesn't really matter, but it doesn't even really matter, so you get the gist of it. There's a whole bunch being said in there. The plane with the bell on it. You know, the different ways he can escape. Ziggy, the redheaded girl with the coding. It's all there. I'll do another one tomorrow on it, but I thought it'd be interesting to show you how he offers in the option of being at ground zero in a nuclear explosion. And who Ziggy is. So hopefully this time the video stuck because the last one didn't.